There's a certain kind of woman who becomes more striking after 60, not less. The one who walks into a room and makes people quietly look twice without ever seeming to try. Linda Wright is the kind of woman I mean. Nothing loud, nothing chasing youth, just a handful of deliberate choices that read as confidence and quiet money. And here's the part worth knowing. None of it is about her face, her figure, or the size of her budget. Every one of those choices is something you can borrow, starting the moment you get dressed tomorrow. I'm Ella Grace, and I'll walk you through each of those choices and exactly why they make people look twice. Let's start with the one that matters more than anything else you'll ever put on, the choice that makes even a plain outfit look expensive. Style tip 1, the tailored fit hack. Picture two women in the same navy blazer. The first is wearing hers straight off the rack, the shoulders drooping past her own, the sleeves swallowing her wrists, the body hanging loose and boxy, and it reads as borrowed, a little shapeless, vaguely cheap. The second has had hers taken in through the waist and the sleeves shortened by an inch, so it sits clean on the shoulder and skims her shape. And the very same blazer now looks like it was made for her. Same jacket, same price. One looks like she got dressed in the dark, the other looks expensive. Fit is the single thing that separates expensive from cheap, and almost nobody gets it right off the rack. Here's why it matters so much. A garment that fits properly, sitting clean on the shoulder, skimming the waist, ending at the right point on the wrist and ankle, reads as tailored and intentional, which the eye registers instantly as quality, no matter what the thing cost. A garment that's too big hangs off the body and looks borrowed and shapeless. One that's too tight pulls and strains and looks cheap. The two places that matter most are the shoulders and the waist. A clean shoulder line and a defined waist make almost anything look considered. The magic nearly always happens at the tailor. A hem shortened, a waist taken in, a sleeve adjusted. Small changes that turn an ordinary piece into something that looks custom. Here's the whole look on a real day. A navy wool blazer, tailored clean through the shoulder and waist, a white silk shirt beneath, cream tailored trousers, hemmed to just brush the shoe, tan leather loafers, tan leather shoulder bag, gold hoops. Everything's skimming, nothing straining. The small thing worth knowing is that a good tailor is the least expensive luxury there is, and befriending one changes your whole wardrobe. For the price of a nice lunch, a local tailor can take in, shorten, and adjust the clothes you already own until they fit like they were made for you, which does more for how expensive you look than any new purchase. Buy less, tailor what you have, and everything reads as richer. Want to check whether a garment actually fits before you trust it? Stand in front of the mirror and pinch the fabric at the side of your waist. If you can grab a big handful of excess, it's too loose and will read as shapeless. If you can't pinch any at all and the fabric pulls or strains, it's too tight and will read as cheap. What you want is a little give, enough to pinch an inch, no more, so the cloth skims your shape without clinging. That skim is exactly what reads as expensive. That's the foundation. Now the choice that makes a whole outfit look considered before anyone registers a single piece. The tonal column hack. Style tip 2. Imagine two women dressed in neutrals. The first is in a patchwork of them, a beige top, gray trousers, a brown shoe, a black bag. And while nothing clashes, the outfit reads as busy and a little pieced together, the eye stopping at every join. The second is dressed in one soft column of color, oatmeal on cream, top to toe in a single warm family, and she looks tall, deliberate, and quietly expensive. Same neutrals, essentially. One is a collection of separates, the other is a single, elegant line. Dressing in one color family, top to toe, is the fastest way to look both taller and richer. There's real logic to this. When an outfit is built in a single color or a tight family of closely related tones, the eye travels down it in one unbroken line with nothing to stop it, which makes you look taller, longer, and more put together in an instant. A column of one color reads as deliberate and expensive because it looks composed rather than assembled. Breaking the body into contrasting blocks, a dark top, light trousers, a different shoe, chops you into segments and shortens the line. This is why a tonal outfit in soft neutrals or even a bolder single color head to toe always looks more elegant than a busy mix. The unbroken line is the luxury. The full outfit, head to toe, an oatmeal fine knit sweater, cream tailored trousers in the same warm family, a camel wool coat over the top, tan suede loafers, a tan leather bag, gold studs, one long, quiet column of warm neutral, top to toe. The insider point is that a tonal look holds together best when you vary the texture, not the color. Because everything sits in one shade, you're free to mix a matte knit with a smooth trouser and a suede shoe, and those shifts in texture keep the outfit from looking flat, while the single color keeps it looking rich. Same color, different textures. That's the formula that makes a column of one tone look expensive rather than dull. Which brings us to the choice that does the most for your face and reads as the most flattering of all. Let's get to the third one, the face color hack. Two women wear a color near the face. The first has chosen a shade that fights her, a hard, cool tone that drains her complexion and throws shadows up under her chin, so she looks tired even when she isn't. The second is wearing a color that loves her, a warm, rich shade at the neckline that lights her face from below, softening everything and bringing her complexion alive. Same idea, a little color up top. On one woman, it dulls the face. On the other, it lights it. The color you wear closest to your face changes how your face itself reads, and choosing it well is quietly transformational. Here's the reasoning. The neckline sits right below the face, so whatever color you put there reflects up onto your skin. A flattering shade lights the complexion, softens shadows, and makes you look rested and well, while an unflattering one grays the skin and emphasizes every shadow. This matters more the closer a color sits to the face, which is why the shade of a shirt, a scarf, or a knit at the neckline does far more than the color of your shoes ever could. Rich, warm, slightly muted tones tend to flatter most complexions as they mature, lending warmth back to the skin. The face is what people look at, so the color you put beside it is the color that does the most work. Dress it for a real day. A soft sapphire silk blouse at the neckline, cream tailored trousers below, a camel coat over the top, tan leather loafers, a tan leather bag, gold studs. Warm, rich color right where it lights the face, quiet neutrals everywhere else. The knowing detail is to keep your most flattering color for the pieces nearest your face and let neutrals do the rest. A blouse, a scarf, a knit, a collar, these sit where color reflects onto the skin, so they're worth spending your boldest, most flattering shade on, while trousers, skirts, and shoes can stay neutral. Flattering color up by the face, quiet neutrals below. That's how you get the glow without the outfit ever looking loud. Want to find out whether a color truly suits you? Hold the garment up under your chin in front of a mirror, in daylight if you can, and look only at your face. If your skin looks brighter, smoother, and more rested, that color is one of yours. If your face looks gray, tired, or shadowed, it isn't, however lovely the color is on the hanger. Let your face be the judge, not the fabric. The shade that lights your skin is the one to buy. That leaves a choice most people never think of as style at all, though it may be the most powerful signature you can own. The statement glasses hack. Here are two women who both wear glasses. The first treats hers as a medical necessity, small, forgettable frames chosen to disappear, doing nothing for her at all. The second treats hers as the single most important piece of jewelry she owns, a bold, beautifully shaped frame that sits right on the face, draws the eye up, and becomes the first thing you notice and remember. Same need for glasses. On one woman, they're an apology. On the other, they're a signature. Glasses sit dead center on the face, so they're the most powerful accessory you own, and most people waste them trying to hide.
The logic here is placement. Anything worn on the face is seen first and remembered longest, so a strong, well-chosen frame works harder than any necklace or bracelet ever could. It frames the eyes, adds structure to the face, and becomes an instant signature that people associate with you. Small, timid frames chosen to vanish do nothing, while a bold, architectural or richly colored frame reads as confident and deliberate. This signature is exactly what makes a woman memorable. She becomes, in the nicest way, the woman in the wonderful glasses. The trick is to choose a frame with real shape and presence, in a color or form that flatters, and then let it be the star. Picture the whole thing: a pair of bold tortoiseshell frames with real shape and presence, a charcoal fine knit top beneath, gray tailored trousers, black leather loafers, a black leather bag, gold studs, the glasses doing all the talking, everything else kept quiet. The detail worth borrowing is to keep the rest of your look simple when your glasses are the statement, so nothing competes with them. A bold frame works best against clean, quiet clothes and understated jewelry because 2 or 3 loud things at once cancel each other out, but one strong frame over a simple outfit reads as a considered signature. Let the glasses be the jewel and let everything around them be plain. Which brings us to the choice that quietly flatters every figure and separates a considered outfit from a shapeless one.
Style tip 5, the proportion hack. Now, picture 2 women in wide, flowing trousers. The first has paired hers with an equally loose, oversized top, so the whole outfit billows and she disappears inside it, looking larger and shapeless. The second has paired her wide trousers with a fitted, tucked knit on top, so there's a clean, defined line where the two meet, and suddenly the same wide trousers look elegant and deliberate. Same trousers. One drowns her, the other flatters her. The secret to proportion is balance, pairing loose with fitted, and it's what keeps volume looking elegant rather than overwhelming. Here's the principle. When one half of an outfit has volume, the other half should be fitted, so the eye has a clean line to read and a sense of the body underneath. Wide trousers want a fitted top. A full, flowing top wants a slim trouser or skirt. A loose dress wants a defined waist or a belt. Wearing volume on volume, loose over loose, hides the body entirely and reads as larger and shapeless, while all fitted from top to toe can look tight and try-hard. The balance of one loose piece against one fitted piece is what reads as intentional and flattering, because it shows just enough shape to look deliberate. Balance the volume, and even the roomiest, most comfortable pieces look considered. Here's how it comes together. A fitted, fine-knit sweater tucked at the front, wide-leg tailored trousers below, a long-line coat left open over the top, pointed leather flats, a structured leather bag, gold hoops. Fitted on top, fluid below, one clean line where they meet. The insider point is that, when in doubt, define the waist, because the waist is where the eye reads shape. A soft front tuck, a belt, a nipped-in jacket, any small thing that marks the narrowest part of you gives an outfit a defined line and stops volume from taking over. You don't need to be small-waisted for this. You only need to mark where your waist is so the outfit has a shape to hang from. Show the waist, and everything else can be as loose and comfortable as you like. Want to check your proportions before you leave the house? Look in the mirror and ask whether you can see the shape of your body somewhere in the outfit. A defined waist, a fitted top, a clean line at the wrist or ankle. If the answer is yes, and only one half of you carries the volume, the proportions are working. If you're loose from shoulder to ankle with no shape showing anywhere, add a tuck, a belt, or a slimmer piece until one clean line comes back. One point of shape is all it takes. That leaves the choice that works quietly beneath everything else, the one that separates rich from cheap even when the cut is identical. The quality cloth hack. Style tip 6. 2 women stand side by side in the same simple outfit, a knit and good trousers.
On the first, both pieces are cheap synthetic, the knit slightly shiny and prone to little bobbles, the trousers flat and lifeless, and the whole thing reads as inexpensive however well it's cut. On the second, the knit is fine wool or cashmere, and the trousers a proper wool, both with a soft, matte richness and a quiet depth to them, and the identical outfit reads as money. Same shapes, same colors, one is let down by the cloth, the other is lifted by it. Fabric is the quietest signal you send, and one of the loudest the eye receives, and natural fibers almost always read as richer because of how different fibers behave. Natural fibers, wool, cashmere, silk, cotton, and linen, have a soft, matte richness and a depth that catches light gently, and they drape, move, and age beautifully, which the eye reads as quality without knowing why. Cheap synthetics tend to have a faint, flat sheen, sit lifeless against the body, and pill or lose shape quickly, all of which reads as inexpensive no matter how good the design. Texture is part of it too. A nubby knit, a soft brushed wool, a crisp cotton all have a richness a smooth synthetic can't fake. Choosing natural fibers and interesting textures over flat, shiny, man-made cloth is one of the simplest ways to look richer without spending much more. Here's the whole look. A charcoal cashmere or fine wool sweater with a soft, matte surface, gray wool tailored trousers below, a long line coat left open over the top, brown leather loafers, a brown leather bag, gold studs. Quiet, rich cloth doing the work in place of any logo. The knowing detail is to shop with your hands as much as your eyes, because the fiber tells you more than the label. Feel the cloth. Natural fibers feel soft, dry, and substantial against the skin, while cheap synthetics feel slightly slippery, thin, or warm and plasticky against the skin. A quick check of the fiber content and a moment spent feeling the fabric will tell you more about how expensive a piece will look than the price tag ever does. Trust your hands, choose the natural fiber, and it will read as richer for years. Which brings us to the last of these choices, the finishing touch that ties every other one together. Style tip 7, the grooming hack. Think of two women of the same age, both in their mid-60s, both lovely, wearing the same beautifully chosen outfit. On the first, the finishing details have been let go, the hair a little untended, the nails unkempt, the whole effect just a little slightly unfinished, so the good outfit doesn't quite land. On the second, the same age and the same outfit, but the silver hair is cut well and softly styled, the hands are cared for, the details are tended, and she looks polished, deliberate, and completely put together. Same woman, essentially, same clothes, the difference is entirely in the finish. Grooming is the frame around everything else, and after 60, it does more for how put together you look than any single garment. Here's the truth of it. The finishing details, well-cut hair, cared-for hands, clean and considered small choices are what make an outfit read as deliberate rather than accidental, because they signal that the whole look was tended with attention. Silver and gray hair in particular can look wonderfully striking and expensive when it's well cut and cared for, catching the light like polished metal. It's one of the most elegant things about dressing at this stage, not something to hide. Cared for hands and neat, simple nails finish a look the way a good frame finishes a painting. None of this is about fighting age, it's about the polish that says every part of the picture was chosen with care. Here's the final look. Head to toe, softly styled silver hair worn as the striking thing it is, a cream silk shirt, camel tailored trousers, tan leather loafers, a tan leather bag, gold hoops, one quiet ring on a well-kept hand, every detail tended, nothing left to chance. The detail worth borrowing is that the finishing touches are worth as much of your attention as the clothes, because they're what people read as care. A good haircut you keep up, hands you look after, a scent you wear, shoes that are clean and kept, these small, tended details are what separate a woman who looks thrown together from one who looks composed, and they cost far less than clothes. tend the finish, and the whole picture reads as considered.